Angels and Blue Jays, this Jose Soriano.
Maybe the most interesting deal of them all. I think
agree.
all things considered, I did not expect this one at
Mike
all.
Trout made the Godfather call, said, get that first half merchant off my team.
Yeah. Capitalize when the stock's high.
Very interesting that he was in the war room, that he was like invited in. Allegedly, he was there. I don't think that it would be reported he was invited to be in if he wasn't there. Because otherwise you're just setting him up for like a nuclear wave of negative press.
No reason, yeah.
Also really funny for John Mozeliak to inadvertently be like, do you want to hang out with me for like 6 hours?
They tell his kids that he got to hang out with Mike Trout for the afternoon.
Literally, exactly, yeah. I was showing him my bow ties and everything. I promise I'll lay off him once he, like produces.
I love the bow tie slander. The bow tie.
Well, he stopped wearing them because it was time to grow up. When you're winning 92 games and pulling off Johan Oviedo for Jose Quintana, I'll let you rock the bow tie all day long. But
we can't talk about Johan Oviedo around these parts. It's still too soon.
Dude, I remember really liking that trade for the Pirates and the Cardinals at the time when it was literally Oviedo for Quintana straight up. And I remember being
crazy. It was 1-for-1.
Well, and Quintana shoved a 2 ERA and threw 6 shutouts.
Yeah, that didn't even feel that felt so fake.
Like Quintana gave, and then but he went 6 shutout in the playoffs. He did he was the definition of like this is what you pay this is what you trade like future decade-long 5-starter for is 12 starts of awesomeness. And then Oviedo. Anyway, the Soriano trade I really like.
Loved it.
I really like.
I like it on both sides.
I really do. Like, because you can't. You gave Dylan Cease and Vlad that money. There is no teardown.
You don't have a choice to even like retool. Like this is your best bet. I was saying this to my buddy who's a Jays fan earlier. This is the best sign Jays fans could get of we're going to try in 2027.
Totally. And there's a lot of money. There's a lot of money coming off the books for them, and they can afford to get people.
Barshow's gone. Springer's going to leave. Like, there's a lot of money coming off the books.
I mean, and even if they hadn't traded Gausman, right? Hoffman off the books. Like we're talking about major spending power. Where like, I don't know, like they can be the team to go out and quote unquote afford to give like a Luis Robert like 1 for 8, which like I know that's not even like crazy big money, but they have enough spending power. Like they can afford to take those kind of flight risks. And if he pops, wow, like is that going to feel unreal to have in the lineup? And also like, like Barger, this is a wash season for him. He
completely gone. Yeah, I said he's done for the year. I didn't even realize he played any. I thought he played none. Yeah, I said he's done for the year.
Like 8 games. So like, you're getting a guy back that I think can like be a right field option for the future. The Okamoto signing, clearly a win. I was banging that drum all off season. I'm like, Okamoto's really underrated. Okamoto's really underrated. Never overthink. You never overthink with Japanese hitters. Never overthink it. Just if they can play defense, no disrespect to Yoshida. If they are coming from Korea or Japan and they can play defense, push the button and don't think about it.
No, that's a good thing. I mean, we talked this last time, like him and the Murakami and Okamoto contracts look like the 2 steals of the offseason right now. It's crazy. People overthought it, I think, more than,
The ROI on Murakami for the Sox is crazy.
They've already made their money. Well, I'm sure they made their money back the second they signed him. All the jersey sales across overseas, but like, it's crazy.
And I'll tell you this: whenever I go to a White Sox game here in the beautiful city of Chicago, I cannot tell you the number of fans that I see. There's like obviously every Major League Baseball stadium has this, where there's like you can go to get like a certificate for like my first game or whatever. The amount of people that I see that are clearly like tourists from Japan. Like I'll be on the train. I'll be on the train. They'll be speaking like fluent Japanese, or like sometimes they'll even ask because I like have like earbuds in and like get off at the stop, and like I guess I somehow look like I know what I'm doing. They're like, "Oh, is it to stop to get off for the White Sox stadium?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, totally." And then I'm like, "Oh my gosh, where are you from?" Like, "Oh, I'm from Japan. It's like my first game." Like, and they're asking like for recommendations in the city and everything. And I'm like, "This is exactly why you sign a guy like that."
Absolutely.
Like,
100%.
You've now given that person on vacation an awesome story. They had a great time in Chicago. They went, they bought the jersey or a White Sox hat. They got their first game certificate. They ate great food. Like all of these dominoes, it's like it tenfold. Like it is And like, if you think that trickle doesn't trickle down for everyone on like that WBC roster, the Cardinals had Japanese ad space because of Lars Nootbaar on the 2023 roster.
Yeah, like, absolutely. It's a huge factor, even for players you might not think it is. It's crazy. Yeah,
it is. You would be floored at how many Instagram followers Lars Nootbaar has for a guy that's like a productive major league regular,
right?
In comparison to like a comp for that kind of guy. Next trade. This one was like I was like, Guardians. How about the Guardians? Jacob Cozart for Joe Adell.
Joe Adell, yeah. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's interesting because Mozeliak was literally saying on a broadcast during the Cardinals-Angels series, which gigantic jump scare to see back on my television. Like, I thought I was done having to listen to you wet blanket through another conversation on a broadcast. So the game was on like ESPN. And he was saying how they're looking for the future at catching, they want someone that they can feel confident with, like young pitcher development and someone in the minor leagues that can grow with them. It's exactly what Jacob Cozart is. He's going to slot in probably 10th in their farm, maybe a little bit higher than that, but really strong defender. He's going to be at minimum a guy that's going to stick behind the plate, and you hope more, but at least a guy that can be like hey, this is the guy that your ace catches because you're going to maximize every start with your ace if this guy catches for you. And then the Guardians get like a grown adult that can hit.
Yeah, exactly. I like the upside. I like the upside of Joe Adell, but if you're the Angels, you have to make this move. Like, Joe Adell is not on the timeline that you're on. Clearly, I'm not sure any of their current players really are. So it's like getting something of value where it's like we can hopefully plug a future hole by getting rid of Adell. I think that's all you really can do. It's kind of like what we talk about with the Rockies. It's all you can really do at this point. You don't have a ton of assets. You've already traded Taylor Ward. Clearly, I think the price they were asking for Neto was too high. Soriano, you made that move, et cetera, Detmers, you didn't. But it's like you took advantage of an asset that you have no reason to hold on to.
Yeah, and speaking of, you're talking about the Rockies again. They made that Brenton Doyle move very similarly. Mason,
I like it for them. It's another White Sox move. I wasn't
he's better than Luis Angel Acuna.
Aren't we all?
Right. So there's my answer. Doyle's not sexy, but he can play center field, and he's better than Luis Angel. That's really what it boils down to. And the Rockies got a quad A starter and a DSL guy that will either be out of baseball in the next 2 years or could be a Rockies top 10 guy. We don't know.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, Adams was, I think, in the White Sox top 20, but I think he's going to be kind of a quad A guy. But yeah. Mariners getting Taylor Ward.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. That was one I didn't see coming at all. Especially, the Orioles, obviously, I'm sure we'll touch on some of their other moves too. But
oh, yes, we'll get to the big one for sure.
Yeah, but it was an interesting, I think, kind of all of a sudden the Orioles were like, all right, let's just accept the writing on the wall here. We're not making the playoffs this year. I think moving Adley, moving Ward, moving Creamer, I feel like there was another piece I'm missing, but I think they did the right thing, not, letting sunken cost value make them hold on to Ward when it's we could get a couple good pieces for this.
Yeah, and I think, I don't know, it just the Mariners needed a right-handed hitter.
Yeah.
The Mariners needed a right-handed hitter, and the Mariners are operating how all small market teams should operate, which is we're using every dollar of the budget. And it feels like this is another move that this is in every dollar of the budget. I look at this lineup right now. Look at sign for the Mariners. I'm this is good enough, man. The record is not reflective of, and they
no, for sure. No.
They cleaned up the staff as necessary. The bullpen is still really good, but you have Randy, you have Julio, Naylor, Raleigh, Ward, Emerson. You've got guys here, and especially Brendan Donovan just got activated today.
Yeah, big need that back.
Next trade. This one was I was like, Guardians? How about the Guardians? Jacob Cozart for Joe Adell.
Joe Adell, yeah. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's interesting because Mozeliak was literally saying on a broadcast during the Cardinals-Angels series, which gigantic jump scare to see back on my television. I thought I was done having to listen to you wet blanket through another conversation on a broadcast. So the game was on ESPN. And he was saying how they're looking for the future at catching, they want someone that they can feel confident with, like young pitcher development and someone in the minor leagues that can grow with them. It's exactly what Jacob Cozart is. He's going to slot in probably 10th in their farm. Maybe a little bit higher than that, but really strong defender. He's going to be at minimum a guy that's going to stick behind the plate, and you hope more, but at least a guy that can be hey, this is the guy that your ace catches because you're going to maximize every start with your ace if this guy catches for you. And then the Guardians get a grown adult that can hit.
Yeah, exactly. I like the upside. I like the upside of Joe Adell, but if you're the Angels, you have to make this move. Joe Adell is not on the timeline that you're on. Clearly, I'm not sure any of their current players really are. So it's getting something of value where it's we can hopefully plug a future hole by getting rid of Adell. I think that's all you really can do. It's kind of what we talk about with the Rockies. It's all you can really do at this point. You don't have a ton of assets. You've already traded Taylor Ward. Clearly, I think the price they were asking for Neto was too high. Soriano, you made that move, et cetera, Detmers, you didn't. But it's you took advantage of an asset that you have no reason to hold on to. Yeah.
Yes. That's going to be
finally DFA'd Ref Snyder too. Ref Snyder's gone, who I love, but his turn.
Yeah, I was going to say perhaps a little return to Boston. Do the Worcester Sox need a little depth?
Hey, we might just after getting Eli White and Jahmai Jones, maybe not, but love me some Ref Snyder.
Jahmai Jones, OOTP legend.
Hey, 1,400 OPS since the trade, man.
Hey, I mean,
Jahmai Jones.
Next, Babe Ruth. Next up, this one was really funny. The Josh Steven and Josh Smith from the Rangers for Adam Macko.
Yeah.
I don't understand why either team did this other than it has to be just we like our depth relievers better than Adam Macko. And it just felt purely like a 40-man roster.
Clear a spot. Yeah. It felt like maybe we have something else cooking and let's clear this spot. I mean, it's Macko's fine. I always really liked him when he was, in team systems, in the Mariner system and then the J system. But I mean, if you think that you have better options, you might as well get something for him. I think that's kind of always my personal philosophy about relievers at the deadline. Not that that's some groundbreaking take, but if you're a bad team and someone wants to give you something for a reliever, they're so just I don't want to say volatile, but year to year, there's just so much you can't bank on a reliever one way or the other. I think I don't know if you're getting an offer for a reliever that's not some elite closer, I'm taking it as a bad team.
Yes. Next trade. This one, the writing was on the wall in my opinion because you and I have said it before. This is a Joe Mack appreciation channel.
Liam Hicks.
If you don't like Joe Mack, hi, I'm Ricky Bobby. And if you don't like Joe Mack caught stealing highlights, then fuck you.
Fuck you.
Joe Mack is fucking awesome. And trading Liam Hicks now becomes a luxury. And that's exactly what the Marlins did. Again, we talk about the Rays acting like grown-ups. They trade for a ton of catchers at the deadline. Shout out to Mike Zunino having that one.
Mike Z. Wow.
He had that one preposterous year with the Rays where he put up 6 F4, I want to say.
Yeah.
I want to give Peyton, please include some a Mike Zunino tank when you're editing this, please.
Get it there this time. Oh, boy. Driven to deep left field. Forget that. That is way out of here.
Mike Zunino in 2021. Oh my goodness. In only 375 plate appearances, hit 33 bombs. This is such ethical ball, dude. /216, 301, 559, and put up 4 WAR.
Wow, that's ball right there. That's real ball right there.
Oh, that is just
classic Mike Z. That's just classic Mike Z.
Incredible. Talk to me. How about this? 7 DRS. 8.0 for framing and 7 frame run value. Ooh.
That's what it's all about, man.
Dude,
that's the good stuff right there.
That's a catcher that hits 9th right there. That's a catcher that hits 9th if I've ever seen it.
That's so stereotypical good 2000s team with catcher in the 9. Oh, that's a great show.
Dude, also, I'm sorry. I know we do this, and I'm sure that I have to check this now. We are getting dangerously close to Mike Zunino having more F4 than Salvador Perez.
Than Salvi? Oh my god! Zunino's what? Like I saw this number recently. What's his number? What's Zunino's
17.4.
I was around 15.
And Salvi is at 17.9, but Salvi's on negative 1.1 this year. So we are approaching a scenario in which Mr. Mike Zunino. I remember being in the trenches on Twitter in 2021 because that was the year Salvi hit 48 homers, and I remember saying Mike Zunino was more valuable.
The take that has stood the test of time.
I'm like, he put up 1.5 more F4 in less playing time and still also hit 34 homers. So it's not like you were. I mean, I get it's 14 more home runs, but still, man. Whatever. Yeah. Shout out Mike Zunino. We're getting lost in the sauce on this. I really like Braden Taylor.
Yeah, same.
When the Cardinals made the Donovan 3-team trade, there were like rumors Braden Taylor might have been involved. Oh, hello. Who do we have here?
We got Charlie here. He's ready to give some hot takes on the deadline.
Charlie, are you a big Braden Taylor guy?
Charlie, big Braden Taylor guy. He's always going to the games. He's locked in. He's a real fan.
But yes, huge Braden Taylor guy.
Same, yeah.
But at the end of the day, he can play third base for the. He can perhaps play third base. I know they also got. He might play second base, honestly. But yeah, decent move when all is said and done for both sides. But Ray's taking advantage of the fact that Joe Mack is awesome, and the Marlins taking advantage of the fact that
again, Ray's crushed the deadline. I mean, who knows how the Scooble conversations really looked like with other non-Dodgers teams? But like, if you're the Rays and you don't get Scooble, I think their deadline path they carved out is like the next best thing. Just all in all, not even just the Peralta thing, but they're going to be a tough out in October, man.
Fun deal that I think people kind of freaked out about online that I think will be entirely inconsequential is the Dodgers acquiring Kris Bubic for Carlos Duran. Here's my hot take. I'm not wishing ill will or bad health on him.
Mm-hmm.
My hot take is he does not pitch a single inning for the Dodgers, and the prospect that the Royals got does not pitch a single inning for the Royals.
Just complete wash.
Complete wash. That is my honest take on what will happen here. Complete wash.
This is like when when Heim traded for Adalberto Mondesi. Remember on the Royals?
I remember.
I forget who he gave up. Maybe Josh Taylor. But whoever he gave up for Mondesi, like neither of them played a game for that team. Maybe it was Taylor and he did pitch a few, but Mondesi didn't play a single game for the Red Sox after he was touted as like this bridge shortstop to get to Marcelo Meyer.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
But yeah, hilarious. Mondesi did not. He hasn't played a game since that trade. He's just out of baseball now. It's crazy.
Yeah, what's really funny, I shouldn't say funny, but like there's just like no news about the guy either.
No, like he's just, I don't know where in the world he is, but it's not in North America playing baseball, that's for sure.
We can speed round a little bit.
We're good. Yeah.
Miguel Mendez in that Robbie Ray trade is the only prospect you need to know. This is another Preller ball.
Yep. Yeah.
Robbie Ray could conceivably close the World Series Game 7 for the San Diego Padres. I'm not saying it's going to happen. Are you willing? Like,
no, you're not. Okay, I was going to say that would be a fun take to come back to.
No. I'm just saying, like, there's a world in which it's Game 7. Robbie Ray hasn't pitched since Game 3, and there's 3 lefties due up, and they go, start throwing, Robbie. That was not going to happen with Miguel. Literally, that was not going to happen with Miguel Mendez. So all I have to say is good on the Giants for getting someone interesting. And once again, we give a glorious, glorious tip of the cap to Mr. AJ Preller.
Oh, that and the Casey Mize move were at bare minimum interesting. At bare minimum,
very much so.
Yeah.
Speaking of very interesting, Adley Rutschman is going to Beantown for quite a lot. We've talked previously about how much I
just showed up like a half hour ago. Just got there. Just saw a video.
Anthony ball.
It's too soon. I can't.
I was shocked at the price. I'm not. It is justifiable for Adley Rutschman. I'm not sitting here being like, but it's still the fact that Breslow was willing to do it.
That's the guy you put your nuts on the table
Mr. Smartest, self-anointed smartest man in
self-anointed, yeah. It's an interesting guy to put your nuts on the table for. There was you can argue how many of these were going to happen or not, but there was Ellie talks, there's the CJ Abrams talks, there was the Otto Lopez talks, there was Liam Hicks, there was all these names, and it was like this was the guy you wanted to go all in for. And as critical as I've been on Breslow, and I think justifiably so for a lot of moves, I respect that this is the guy you went all in for. Would it have been my choice? Probably not. I don't love the return. I think you gave up a lot for a guy who has a 95 WRC plus the last 2.5 years. You're getting elite defense.
But that also comes with, in fairness to Adley, that also comes with like plus defense. So
plus defense. You're getting an elite defense, which personally as a catcher, that's my thing. Is like as a catcher, all I care about is defense. You can have a 500 OPS. I literally don't care if you're elite defensively, but when you're giving up 3 top 5 prospects for a catcher, I want you to be able to hit too.
Yeah.
And do I think he's going to have a better than 90 WRC plus his time in Boston? Absolutely. He's got a swing that's better made for Fenway than Camden. I wouldn't have done the trade. I like Adley. I think he's going to do well. It's not even like I'm dumping on Breslow because there's a lot of things I will do that for. I think it's fine. I get why he did it. And I don't hate that he did it. I just I think we lost that deal pretty comfortably. I think a lot has to go right for the Red Sox to not lose that deal. First of all, you have to extend him. I think above all, you have to extend him. But I love Ianson. I think he's going to be a stud. Now the Orioles don't have the best history developing pitchers, so who's to say what happens now? But I think Ianson in Boston was on path to be a really, really high level ace caliber starter. If he ends up that way in Baltimore, who's to say? But it was tough. As the players started to trickle in, I was like, okay, to give up Ianson, that's tough. Okay, to give up Ianson and Azakar. Okay. Oh, Kaiser Witherspoon's in this deal too. Oh, okay, so Carlos Narvaez, it kept getting more interesting and more interesting.
You got Jake Rogers back.
I fucking hate Jake Rogers. Just so ugly. I'm really sorry if Jake Rogers somehow sees this. Sure, you're a good dude. You're better at sports and probably life than I'll ever be. He's just so ugly. I'm just ugh. It's is he really going to stay on the roster? Adley, I think, is out for another couple weeks, and Narvaez is gone. I think realistically, Jake Rogers is here for 2 weeks, then gets DFA'd.
Yeah.
But didn't see that one coming when I woke up yesterday. And then all of a sudden, the reports start coming in from some hilarious sources that they might be getting Adley, and crazy.
And then we touched on Weaver, how we really liked that was the Pirates' best move.
I like that a lot.
This is where we can do the Cubs pump fake because they got Braxton Garrett.
They were so close to Denver's, and then it's
Cubs fans, sue me all you want. I'm a Cardinals fan, so it's partially salty because you guys are constant sticklers of this. I think Bleacher Nation's a terrible website, and in fact, they got absolutely dunked on.
That's such a good take. I love that.
The fact that they got absolutely shit on for their quote unquote reporting yesterday, and
I know
the main guy had to come out and go, not gonna lie, terrible day for the website yesterday. Filled me with glee. I almost retweeted it. So fantastic stuff. Just phenomenal stuff in that. Next was the Cardinals trade. Dustin May and Jojo Romero to the Brewers.
Interesting trade partners here.
Heim Bloom. This is Charlie.
He's just fucking such a menace, dude. He's sitting on my lap right now.
Yeah, but he's hanging out. He's
man, yeah. He's got Jojo Romero takes.
Yeah, he's a big Jojo guy. That's a difference maker for the Brewers.
What an interesting trade partner. When I saw
this is what Heim Bloom, if you see this, please know that I respect the sanctity of your marriage and
I love you so much
with your wife. But this is what I want to do to you after that trade.
Yeah.
Seriously, it was a Hallmark movie is what that trade felt like. Frias is going to be a top 100 prospect tomorrow on Baseball America. They already came out and said that. I had literally added Josiah Ragsdale in my Dynasty Fantasy League on a whim a week ago because I like that. This guy's got insane helium, and I think he's going to get traded. Boy, was that awesome that it worked out for me that he got traded to the Cardinals. But two guys that Frias, literally the solution is what we did with Jordan Walker. It's very toolsy guy with a cannon of an arm, but he doesn't lift the ball enough.
Yeah.
Okay, we can fix that. He's not the same size as Jordan Walker. You can't be 100th percentile size, but still that guy. And then Ragsdale is like a guy that can play center field, which is what the organization needed. Like a big need for this organization is someone needs to figure out how to play third base long-term, and someone needs to figure out how to play center field long-term. And now when you have guys like Ragsdale, you have Condon, who you just took, Ty Pete. Charlie's agreeing. Yes.
Yeah, just like, yeah, good take. I love Ragsdale. Yeah.
Charlie will be wearing a Josiah Ragsdale bandana.
He's all
in short order. But yeah, awesome stuff. I was a huge fan of this trade.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
To the Brewers. What I will say, internet, we get credit for what we did to Dustin May. Go look at the peripherals and go look at the pitch mix change. We get just as much credit. If Dustin May isn't as unlucky and has like a 3 ERA, the Brewers did not fix him. We get credit.
Oh, yeah. No, because the internet's going to try to take credit. Like, the Brewers did it again? No, you know what? You got to tip your cap, man. The Cardinals, they did the thing.
The Brewers refined, and I'll tip the cap, give them partial credit.
Yep.
But this was a group project. And Dustin May, heck of a guy. Like, great Cardinal, even though it was like 12 starts. Really appreciate the buy-in.
You lost me now. You lost me on the good guy Dustin May act.
And the big thing as well is he serves as a huge benchmark for the future of the Cardinals. If you're a veteran starter like him or like a good reclamation project, the Cardinals have immediately now confirmed to advertise themselves.
Yeah,
it's like,
we can fix you.
This is a place that you can come to get better. And that is enormous when it comes to getting guys to sign in free agency when you're not LA or New York or a state that doesn't have income tax.
Yeah.
Do you care about Eli White?
I don't actually. I do like giving up Tyler. I don't like giving up Tyler Uberstein. I thought he was great starting pitching depth, but it's what I thought that was about to be a part of. Like, okay, here comes Eli White because Jarren Duran's going somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was about to be something where more came of it, but like it's. I
think big one to talk about would be Elliot Ramos as a Yankee.
Oh yeah, that was a huge one too.
Interesting. Are they going to short side platoon him when everyone gets healthy though?
Yeah, well, I think it's like we'll deal with that when the time comes because who knows when we're going to be fully healthy. Like the Judge thing feels so weird. Now Bellinger's hurt. It's just like we'd rather have that problem when the time comes than not be prepared, in a wide open AL. So I actually really like the Yankees deadline.
But yeah, I'll say this too. Cleveland getting Foster Griffin for 4 guys not in their own top 30.
Yeah, nothing crazy. I would have done that.
Was nasty.
Yeah.
If I was the Nats, I would have held on to Foster Griffin. Are you kidding me? I would have talked.
I think there was talk they were trying to hack out an extension, right? Yeah.
And maybe he just said like F no to an extension, but I'm like, I don't know why he would. He signed with you guys the first time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Rockies made another grown-up deal that I really like, which is getting Connor Norby for Victor Vodnik. There was another guy in there.
Great get for Vodnik. Yeah, Vodnik's whatever, but like getting Norby back again, like a potential guy, to get for a reliever. Like we talked about earlier with the Jays getting rid of Macko. Like if you can get anything for a reliever and you're a bad team, you should be doing it.
And then Peyton, you can lump this in with the Joe Adell, but they also got Nate Lau, which I thought was smart too. Of just like another grown adult for nothing.
He'll give you a good at-bat, a good plate appearance. Yeah.
How do you feel about the Eric Miller acquisition for Marcelo Meyer?
That was the one I did want to touch on. It's a weird one, man. A part of me is really sad to see this how it ends. I never thought in a million years this is how it would end for Marcelo this quickly in Boston. Like I still have all the hope in the world for him. Is he going to be the Corey Seager that we heard about on draft day? No. Is he going to be Brandon Crawford? I still think he could. I mean, just because he's a giant, but like that was always the thing of
give him number 53.
Yeah. I really like Marcelo. I think the work ethic, body durability conversation was always the issue, and I think that was probably his downfall here. I think they didn't really align with him on that, which is unfortunate because he seems like a good kid and all the talent in the world. So I really hope Cello, goes to the Giants and pans out there. I mean, Eric Miller's a ridiculous arm. I forget what the stat was. There was some sort of stat where there's only 2 left-handed arms that do X in baseball, and it was him and Aroldis Chapman. So I'm like, I'll take that.
Yes.
Walks everybody, which is scary. I think he has like a 6 walks per 9, but just really hope for Marcelo that he's able to kind of get on track. He's been obviously hurt every year since he got drafted, and that's always been an issue and never really been able to hit lefties or off speed. And I tweeted this earlier, but the outside chance of a middle infield of Rafael Devers at second and Marcelo Meyer at shortstop coming to fruition in the Bay Area is maybe the funniest not talked about storyline of this entire deadline. If I get to see that for even an inning in San Francisco, it will be the funniest possible thing.
I was going to say that might be where you see it in like a 19-inning game where
it's a shit.
Because of a shift, Devers has to put on the second base glove.
Well, because they had Devers. I forget the reporter that had it, and forgive me, I can't remember what it was. But so a reporter of the Giants was like Casey Schmidt, yada yada. We have some questions at second base, and they had Devers taking ground balls second base for a game, and I was like, this was like a week ago. And then it clicked with me today.
This is like when I saw the Cardinals right after they demoted Nolan Gorman. They had Jordan Walker taking ground balls at third base.
Yeah,
I was like, guys, we just fixed it. Oh, good God, do not put him at third base.
Yeah, right. So, Evan Webeck, that was the reporter. Casey Schmidt likely headed for likely season-ending surgery. Luis Arias likely playing for another team, which he now is. Look who's taking balls at second base. It's Rafael Devers. And if you could give me a Marcelo Meyer, Rafael Devers, middle infield on the San Francisco Giants, imagine telling a Red Sox fan that 18 months ago.
John will buy
I'll buy like a 5x7 of that picture of the two of them standing out there. So don't need too many thoughts on that.
Obviously, wasn't the big trades people inside of me. Topps baseball cards, hoping for that. The middle infield refractor.
yeah, that'll be getting sent into PSA.
PSA 10 that immediately. There may be a stain on it, Topps, but
yeah, exactly. Still a stain. Yeah. No, I hope the best for Marcelo. It's tough. I think when people thought he should have been the number one pick of that draft, and now fast forward 5 years later, and he's getting not dumped, but like getting thrown out there for a left inning a middle reliever. It's crazy to think this is how it's ended for Marcelo, and just the whole like Kyle Teal can't stay healthy, and Christian Campbell has not been great, and this whole core of guys, Roman Anthony, I still don't have any worries about, but it's a sad kind of knot to tie on this era of what was supposed to be like the golden generation
of the big three
prospects. The big three, yeah, like it's crazy to think Teal's gone. Meyer, it really just didn't happen here. He's gone. So
if it makes you feel any better for Teal, there's medical malpractice that's going on in the White Sox. That offseason video of him doing those rip hamstring curls could not have aged worse.
Like, what are we doing, man? Yeah, I still think he'll be fine. I think they'll all be good players, but a very weird ending to the Marcelo Meyer Boston thing.
I think we have two trades, or one we'll mention briefly. We talked about Luke Bacher to the Pirates for 3 prospects already.
Yep.
You added to the bullpen. They did exactly what they had to do.
Had to do it.
They had to do it. They got guys of interesting levels of depth. I think. There was Kirby Yates too, but they went out and got Doval, best stuff of the 3 could for sure close. Luke Weaver, second best stuff, most reliable to close, but for sure, if he's the 8th inning guy, that's the dream.
High leverage, yeah.
And then Bacher is that could be a 7th inning guy,
definitely,
which is great. To do my emotional appeal, and I also think this is a trade of consequence, is Nootbaar going to Diamondbacks. Not a lot of guys take the time to cut a video for social media after they get traded. My mom sent me the video today with a little cry emoji. Very good guy. I think a great ambassador of the franchise and represented the Cardinals well on the international stage, at kind of every turn. He said in the video, and I think it's true, that the Cardinals fan base does a really good job of even if you're not a top prospect, the fan base will treat you like one. You think about Brendan Donovan, Lars Nootbaar, Tommy Edman, these guys that
just gritty, really had to work for it.
These guys that had to grind to get there. Lars Nootbaar was an 8th round kid out of USC. He came up right before the Cardinals won 17 games in a row.
Still the fakest. I can't believe that happened. That was so wild.
That was the positive regression monster in the biggest way. But yeah, and he was a part of that. He had a couple game saving plays during that stretch, and that was his first taste of the bigs. The story of him accidentally stealing a pepper grinder from a restaurant in St. Louis and having to return it, and that kind of endearing him to the veterans in the clubhouse of holy cow, we don't have to haze this kid. He's kind of doing it himself.
Yeah.
We made him do a walk of shame back to a restaurant to return a pepper grinder.
Exactly. That's all they need.
But yeah, and it's wild. He was the second to last guy on the 2022 roster was left on the team.
That's crazy.
There's only one guy. There's only one guy left. 2 guys left in the dugout though, because Yachty's in the dugout now. So
right.
There are still pieces there of that, but Andre Palante is now the lone gunman of that 2022 squad.
What a guy to be your longest tenured player.
Yeah, dude, and he's a weird dude where he's like an even year merchant. His peripherals are back to being like normal, where I'm like, all right, like death ball, go Burr, I guess. Keep getting righties out, dude. Like, enjoy. Not to be clear, he's not amazing, but like you look at the stats and you're kind of like, oh, like this is a 5 starter. Right. When he's on, he's on. But like, when you have a 3.7 ERA and a xERA and a FIP and an xFIP all 4 or under, we take.
Do you know who this is a fun trivia question. Do you know who the longest tenured player currently on the active Red Sox roster is? Shocked me.
Trevor Story?
Close. It's close. The pitcher. He's the second most tenured in the organization. Tanner Houck is currently number 1.
Is Greg Wiesert still on the active roster?
Unfortunately, yes, he sure is.
Is that the poll? It's not the poll.
No, Garrett Whitlock. Garrett Whitlock is the longest tenured active player.
I forgot about Whitlock.
Yeah, he's been disgusting. He has 1 walk since like June 1st, something ridiculous. Yeah. But Tanner Houck's the only longest tenured player in the organization, but he's been dead for a while. But Garrett Whitlock, yeah, crazy. I know that. I saw that one a couple weeks ago.
But yeah, that Lars stat really blew my mind about him being.
That is crazy. That's nuts. Yeah, that's
the guy insane. We got back a guy that could be a starting pitcher. I was skeptical of the return because he's not the profile the Cardinals have been chasing, but he's a right-hander that gets strikeouts. So I'm ignoring the ERA because he pitches in Double A.
I would do the same thing
on the West Coast. So he pitches in literally apparently the single worst home environment in all of minor league baseball. So taking that with a grain of salt, but I'd like to see the ERA a little bit lower once you're playing in a neutral environment. Last trade, and then we've wrapped up the deadline. We got this through reasonably quickly. We already talked about Kirby Yates. I don't think that's a trade of consequence, but Kirby Yates to the Pirates. Is Cash Mayfield for Casey Mize at the buzzer?
Right at the buzzer, yeah.
Boy, Reese Olson better be healthy next year for the Tigers.
Oh, man, to say the least, yeah.
The baby-faced assassin, I pray he's healthy because he's talented. He's very talented when he's on the bump.
So good, yeah.
But yeah, at the buzzer, Gage Workman and Cash Mayfield. Gage Workman to the Padres as well for Mayfield and Jackson Wolf. I don't have a ton on Jackson Wolf, to be honest. I mean, Cash Mayfield, cool name, broke out this year. Felt instantly. Name. I mean, I literally saw Padres farm guys literally being like, LOL, Ethan Salas and Cash Mayfield are both really breaking out this year. You know for a fact that not both of them are going to be on the roster come the trade deadline.
And sure enough.
And that's exactly what's happened. So, I mean, Jackson Wolf is like an 8 ERA in AAA. So
it's a little surprising Preller didn't go crazier, honestly. Like, I think this was tame. I mean, he shouldn't have. But just knowing Preller, I'm surprised he didn't go crazier than this. Not that they had a whole lot to work with because the farm system, I believe, is dead last or close to it in baseball.
If it's not dead last, on Wednesday, I bet you we find out it's ranked dead last.
It is now. It for sure is now. Yeah, I was surprised he didn't, completely gut it, but it's like you're not working with a ton and the team is just average. I mean, you're obviously getting better bat from Machado lately and all that, but it's just like, I don't know, is this really a Padres team worth investing in and all the money that you have tied up? The Padres 3 to 5 years from now are going to be probably the most miserable watch in baseball because of how bad they're not going to be able to do anything. They're so handicapped by these contracts. It's just like I can't even enjoy anything the Padres do because it's like they're not that good right now and they're only going to get worse.
When Jake Cronenworth magically produces another 900 OPS season in 3 years, and they're a sprightly 57 and 53 at the deadline in 3 years. And, Hank Aaron V has been traded from the Padres.
He's pretty nasty, actually. I saw some of his exit velo numbers.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. He's next up. Yeah,
my 15-year-old cousin, when he gets traded after being drafted, when he's the player to be named later, the Padres trade. Yeah, I don't know. It just, I refuse to believe they'll be bad while AJ Preller is in charge. I'll be honest.
They'll never be bottomed out bad.
The moment AJ Preller is gone, they will bottom out in a way that will shock and awe you.
Oh, dude, they're gonna completely. They're gonna.
That's also why I'm like, if I'm Preller, that's why I think he just gets to keep shooting, because I think low key's got some of the best job security in the sport. Maybe I'll eat crow when he gets fired in the offseason, but like with all the turmoil amongst ownership, he keeps the fans happy, and he puts asses in seats. Like, for better or for worse, there's asses in seats at Petco, and that's really your job. Your job is to work within your budget and to put asses in seats, and he's accomplishing that. So, how mad can we be? How mad can we be?
It's entertaining for those of us not connected to the team as well, too. It's always going to be an interesting time.
As the casual observer that gets to watch the house set on fire every 6 months, fantastic watch.
And you get to listen to Don Orsillo call the moments of said house fire. Absolutely. It's great.
Yeah, exactly.
It's awesome. The attic's on fire! Oh my goodness! The dog can't get out of the house! It's fantastic. It's what
Fernando
you want.
With a blowtorch!
It's the good stuff.
I hope he sees my impression of him.
I need Don Orsillo calling just like life events now. Just natural disasters.
Operator.
Exactly.
Sketch that needs to happen.
Yeah, that's exactly.
But yeah, I wanted to get on camera and put to words how much Lars Nootbaar means to me. He represents a very transformative period of Cardinals baseball. And as someone that went from like guy who's really passionate about the team to absolute sicko for the sport, he was one of the first guys that I really latched on to, like, hey, I know this guy's not a top prospect, but I think this is a dev win. I think this guy's going to be I think he's going to be a major leaguer. Like, this guy can make an all-star game. And it didn't quite come to fruition, but he's got a couple 3 war seasons under his belt. And
absolutely turns into a good player. It's nice to watch those guys grow.
Exactly. And so I think as a fan, you always have a soft spot for that first true depth prospect that becomes something for your team. And, what makes me sad is that he didn't get to have as many moments as I wanted him to have when it truly, truly mattered. But, he got to experience playoff baseball, and he got to play with.
At least he's not going to a team you would presumably hate. Like, I feel like it's a good fit for him where you can still kind of root for him from afar.
Yeah, and I know he and Arenado were like boys when they were.
True. Yeah.
So I think that's why I really like the fit for the Diamondbacks. I mean, that outfield now is Nootbaar, Waldschmidt, Carroll.
Yeah.
That's a good outfield. Lars Nootbaar
really good. That's a professional outfield. Yeah.
Yeah, and the infield being Arenado, Perdomo, Marte, and then spin the wheel at first base, and then got Moreno behind the dish. It's a solid lineup.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It was the right trade to make. But yeah, you wouldn't have seen this, but Nootbaar explicitly said that Dustin May packed a return bag and Lars Nootbaar didn't.
No way.
Yeah. He said, he said, I already apologized to the clubbies. I know that may make their job more difficult.
A little harder, yeah.
He was like, I haven't heard anything, and I'm packing like I'm coming back. And Dustin May didn't.
That's crazy. Damn.
That made me pull on the heartstrings of
absolutely.
He got pulled from BP 20 minutes before first pitch.
Oh, really? Shit, I didn't catch that. Damn.
He didn't get traded. It didn't get announced until it got the way it broke was there were beat reporters watching BP, and Ollie pulled Newt and started giving him up and was like, sorry, dude. So
enjoy the desert.
Yeah. This is where I really wish Game 163 still existed. Imagine the scenes of a Game 163 where Nootbaar and Arenado had to go up against the Cardinals for a winner go home. Oh,
fighting behind blooms. Yeah, I do miss the Game 163 too. It made for a lot.
I don't know why they got rid of that. I'll be honest.
I know.
From a labor perspective, it's one more game, which I guess is maybe difficult. Maybe that's why they said no to that. But I'm sorry, if you're the owners, is that not more money potentially in the pocket?
Yeah, exactly.
Our editor is telling me because of the wild card series. Well, they can shove that up their fat fucking ass.
Great take. Yeah, I hate the wild card series anyway. It's not real baseball. The Yankees didn't actually beat the Red Sox in the playoff series last year.
Can I say this? Make it 5 games. Make it 5 games.
Yeah, maybe just go back to how we had it
less
before.
time in between series, and I want 5, 5, 7, 7.
Yeah, I fully agree. That's actual real baseball there. It's best 2 out of 3 is not playoff baseball. I don't care.
It's certainly not as a fan of a team whose last time they were in the playoffs lost on a fluke game 1 that shot our momentum for game 2. So